Now you're listening to wrestling news that matters, from people you want to hear it from, deep from within the confines of the internet. Covering WWE like no one else, and covering TNA because no one else will. You are listening to the best in the world, Ring Rust Radio!
Brad Maddox.
I got 141 and 2/3 chance of winning.
With another episode of Ring Rust Radio, the best goddamn wrestling radio show on Spreaker, on the internet, in the whole goddamn universe, folks. I'm your host, Most Donwood, looking fine and feeling fine, baby. Ooh, Mike, now I'm going to ask you, that was head to toes, baby.
This is one of the worst intros of all time.
You give me a headache.
Did I give you a headache already?
Yeah.
Ooh, Brandon Galvin.
That shit was annoying as fuck.
I guess what? Guess what? I went through the other day. I was cleaning out the closet, and we were moving all the stuff and all the coats and stuff, and for winter and spring. And guess what? I got out some blankets for you. And Mike, guess what? I got you a towel.
Thank you.
I got you a towel, dude.
Hopefully it's a big one.
No, it's not. I found it's like a washcloth. No, it's a kitchen. It's a kitchen towel.
I have to bring you your Kevin Cobb jersey.
Oh shit, yeah, dude. Fuck it. Well, no, check the size first, because if it's a fucking schmedium like you wanted.
Don't worry, because it's like 3 of me.
Holy shit, I'll wear it to the... if you bring the Kevin Cobb jersey, I'll wear it to WrestleMania.
I legit think I might have thrown it out.
Oh, what's this? That's very... You as a collector, that's very stupid. That was authentic Chinese jersey.
It was a replica.
With all the proper tags. Mike Chiari, we have a schedule tonight. No, Brandon Galvin, you're the one who does this.
I don't read that shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to review WWE.
I'm above that shit.
We have Dirt Sheet Busters, because Donnie's a bitch and leaves. W Fantasy Standings updates, fan emails, and so much more.
Yeah, a little bit presumptuous of you to assume we don't need a retro tonight. Like, this is the one time you don't put a retro on here?
No, we don't need a retro.
We'll see.
Don't you do that part?
No, he usually says it right here, which is like, he's like leaving the door open for me in case I add one or no. Because it depends on the length of the show if I throw one in there or not. But this motherfucker, he took that decision out of my hands today.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? Adding one to spite you. I'm adding one to spite you. Mike Chiari.
Guys, find us anywhere you get your podcast. Interact with us on Twitter at Ringrust Radio. If you want to email us, be part of the show, send to ringrustradio@yahoo.com. Buy our merchandise at prowrestlingtees.com/ringrustradio. So many great t-shirts, including Cut Your Dick!
Yeah. Cut your dick.
People are going to be cutting dicks left and right in Philadelphia in a few weeks for WrestleMania weekend. Or at least wearing a shirt that suggests that they do or enjoy doing so. Also, many other great shirts on there, though, including the WrestleMania 40 logo that we stole and made it into a Ring Rust Radio shirt.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'd like to think we borrowed it.
We borrowed it. For our own financial gain of cents.
I was going to say Leon and George are literally the only two people I think bought it.
Oh, that's nice that Leon
I'm legit shocked that anybody other than George bought it. So
no, Leon is a whore for shirts, and he buys them all the time.
Good. Sports at patreon.com/ringrustradio. We carry ad-free episodes, sign up for fantasy drafts and brackets, make us watch wrestling-related movies and pay-per-views, and so much more.
Guys, we got to talk about WWE, AEW, do it.
We're gonna put this all in order. From LW to Dark, we're about to have a discussion about the one true sport. Who's selling the finish? Does this make sense in the art? Tell me who botched, who rocked, who's cashing in on the marks. These takes are uncut, man, they're pure and they're raw. Blow up like dynamite, have you smacked down on the floor. On a collision course with the number one source. Now let's head back to the ring for the latest report. Ring Rust.
Alright guys, it's time to talk WWE and AEW. WrestleMania is right around the corner, and I am slapping happy about it. Holy shit.
Slapping happy?
Yeah, Cody Rhodes slap happy The Rock, man. He
Oh.
slapped him right in his big fucking bald dome. Did you see The Rock arrive in that pickup truck? There's a video circulating of him arriving in a pickup truck. You didn't see this?
At
I don't think
SmackDown?
so.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, gorgeous truck, by the way.
Just like trucks.
I love trucks. I'm a big truck guy.
Compensating.
I have a very
Was
small
there a
truck.
point for this?
Yeah, I love trucks. It was a cool truck. I thought if you had seen it, you'd be like, "That is a
love
cool truck." I'm like,
I just
oh,
assumed
yeah.
maybe there was like a punchline or something we were getting to.
"No, I just love trucks." Is that a problem for you? Do you not love you've been in a Jetta for so long that you can't appreciate 4-wheel drive,
I've
brother?
never been in a Jetta.
It's such a lie, and you know it, dude. You know it. Okada, a
I
fucking
drive a
star.
Honda, brother.
Now you had a Jetta for years. You were like a college girl, dude. What did you have? What was your
I forget
Volkswagen?
what the fuck
Was it like a
was
Honda Civic?
Volkswagen?
No, it was a
It wasn't a
Volkswagen.
Jetta.
It was a Jetta.
Yeah.
He had a Jetta.
It was not a Jetta.
He had a Jetta for fucking like 10 years of the show, dude.
It was not a Jetta.
You get a little money in your pocket, you go out and buy a Honda, and now you forget the Jetta?
I
Fucking
legit
you're-
forgot what it was. It's not a Jetta though. Looking it up.
He's so mad. Okada making his debut. Mercedes Mone on the way. Jey Uso and Jimmy getting his shit done. NXT happening. Guys, a lot to talk about. Plus all the stuff that BJ forgot. But we got to talk real quick about Ring Rust
It was a
Radio.
Passat. My Passat.
Passat. That's. I can't believe you forgot
Oh.
it. Yo.
Bro, I've moved on from that life.
Okay, that is exactly how women feel about me. I'm just like, man, she must have fucking loved every second of me. And she's like, what was his name? Oh, fuck, yeah, the fat dude? Oh, God, one of my worst mistakes. That's very true. But yes, let's talk real quick about Ring Rust Radio on YouTube. Please, number one, check out our page. Number two, we're going to start releasing content so we have our schedule essentially through June for the gaming side. For the other videos, we have a schedule for an entire year. But from the gaming side, we are done through June pretty much. That doesn't mean you can't come play. We're going to be recording at least, once a week-ish. Let's say 3 times a month, just to save my ass. Like 3 times a month with everybody. So please reach out, ringrustradio@yahoo.com if you want to be part of that. But on patreon.com, we're going to start releasing our content a week before it airs on YouTube. One thing that people have been asking more and more for on patreon.com/ringrustradio is more early access, more exclusive content. So in this way, we're going to give you early access to this, and then we're going to be working as we go forward, maybe with a little more exclusive content. So please, if you are not on patreon.com/ringrustradio, it won't be expensive. It's not expensive, especially at this time of year, to come help us as we do stuff. We're going to have a lot of expenses coming up because we're going to be doing all this WrestleMania shit. So please support us now. I have my recorder. We're going to be recording some of the stuff that we do during our time together for WrestleMania. So most of that will probably be exclusive to the Patreon page. And if it's not exclusive to the Patreon page, it'll be on YouTube farther down the line. So this is a good chance if you're going to sign up for Patreon. Do it now because you're about to get a lot of exclusive and early access stuff, which is really, our best way of using Patreon. Another thing is, if you do want to get involved with us, we're playing games like Among Us, Dead by Daylight, Fall Guys, a lot of cross-platform games. And then we're going to be adding a tier to patreon.com/ringrustradio in the coming weeks for you to have a chance to come and play with us in more of a game of your choosing. It's much more of a conversation. You don't just get to say, we're playing Halo, man. You can be like, hey, I'd like to play Halo. We'll probably end up playing Halo if we can get it for cheap enough. But if
on Game Pass,
then honestly, Halo's a good. If that's actually good, because then I would just download it, we would play it, and then we can make a video of it, and you can have a chance to come and be part of that video. If you want to just be like, hey, I'd like to play, it doesn't really matter the game. We have a lot of cool games that are on the docket that I'm waiting for an excuse to play. So please get involved in any form or fashion. Now's a great chance. ringrustradio@yahoo.com. That's how you reach out for more information. You can add me on Xbox. I'm on Steam. I'm all over the place. Switch. Damn near everywhere. and patreon.com/ringrusradio for the early access and the exclusive content. So that's anything else, BJ? Did I miss? Nope. BJ.
I can't even begin to repeat the names used to call people who liked video games.
Oh, listen. I gotta tell you the truth, Mike.
It's because he was not equipped to play them.
Okay, now, first off, BJ, that's stupid, because Mike, I'm going to say this. I'm going to use this as a little bit of a platform to promote the video that came out today. We did a game called Descenders, Mike. That's like a mountain bike type game where you do do you ever see the guys on mountain bikes go down the hills real fast in the woods?
Such a fucking
you know what I'm talking about,
Mm-hmm.
Mike? Okay, we did, you remember the show Wipeout? John Cena did it for a little while?
Yes.
Okay, there's a bike version of that where you gotta jump on the red balls and shit. This motherfucker who who acts like the bigger gamer here is it's BJ, right? It's his life.
Shit games like
He's
this.
king of Skyrim, right? This fucking kid came in there. He blew for a half hour, and I had to he couldn't get past the first fucking event thing, dude. He finally gets past it, and we have to cut the video off because he's gone too long. It was unbelievable. And if you want to see that, and BJ is near rage quit for fucking 20 minutes.
Controls that just look like shit.
He would not have said this, and he said it about the other part of Descenders, which is downhill. That part he was better at. He loved that.
No, I didn't love
it. The part he didn't love is the part he blew at. Is that weird?
Was riding around the entire fucking mountain. We couldn't even figure out where the finish line was.
Yeah, it seems like
you were just crashing nonstop.
It was good times. I agree. But if you want to see BJ if you want to see BJ freaking out, please enjoy that, because that's online right now.
Shit makes me so mad.
He's mad about what I've been doing it now.
But I forgot all about that until you just brought it up. Go
yeah.
Fuck yourself.
You know what else you forgot about?
Nothing.
Yutaka Yoshi. R.I.P. Japanese wrestling star. He passed away this week, and you fucking forgot it on your schedule.
All Japan legend.
What else died this week? Lana's relationship to Miro died this week, and you forgot it.
Vince got what he wanted.
Yep, yeah, it took a while, but Miro just doesn't seem like a fun person.
No, Lashley moves in.
Oh yeah, I mean, really.
Well, I know that, but in real life,
can we be honest?
Yeah.
She's going right back to the Old Spice guy. What are we talking about? She's going right back to Mr. Old Spice guy. And also, R.I.P. to the guy Daniel Radomir killed, allegedly. So, yeah, a lot of deaths you just ignored this week again.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. Yeah, Mike, any comments or notes there?
No, I honestly had never heard of Yoshi before. Not the guy from Mario. I know him very well.
Yutaka Yoshi.
The guy from Mario?
Yeah.
The dragon or lizard or whatever the fuck he is from Mario. But no, I had never heard of the wrestler before until I saw that. But that's very sad. Only 50 years old, and he apparently died after wrestling a match.
Yeah, it's brutal.
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. is very sad. BJ, favorite match?
The next one.
When he faced
He's dead,
Goomba.
dude. He's dead, bud.
Really?
That's honestly super offensive, you idiot. Oh, shit.
Honestly, and I'm not trying to be mean. That's about the worst thing you can say in that situation.
Seriously, dude. You forgot him and then you do that? All right, let's, BJ, waiting.
Be the next one.
Holy shit.
He gave the John Cena response.
When he gets to heaven.
When we get to heaven.
Holy shit, dude. The Rock
I guess
and...
maybe the only one worse would have been if you said the last one, because he died right after it.
Yeah, that's right. That still could have been a great match. Could have put on a banger, and then he's went out on top. But BJ said no. BJ said the worst thing. Yeah, you're right. The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody and Seth Rollins. It's official. They are going to have that match on night one. Never the plan to have this match. I don't care what you say.
I'll tell you, I agree it might not have been the plan to do that match, because you were going to do Seth versus Punk, but it was always the plan to do Cody versus Roman.
I just can't believe you still say this shit. Cody slaps The Rock like I wish I could to Mike, and Michael Cole...
Whoa.
Telegram, what?
You bailed out on that.
Yeah, you could have slapped me.
Oh, you're right. You're 100% right. Because I don't have it in me to hurt him, and I would hurt him.
Right.
Have you ever watched those guys slap each other on that thing Dana White does?
Yes,
They get knocked out every time.
I've seen what those people who are trained to slap people could do.
Trained to slap, they just fucking hit real hard, bro.
Yeah, they're strong.
So am I, Jack. You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out, dude. You're gonna find out.
Calls you a bitch.
I know he did. I heard him. He's working it.
Calls you a weak
He's
bitch.
He's working the angle, dude. Relax. Michael Cole telegraphed Seth Rollins' heel turn. He sure does. Also, Michael Cole.
Why do they do that?
Listen, Michael Cole. He is good, dude. I've been saying this for a long time, and now he's free. He's even better, man.
No, I don't understand why they did that.
I would say he's not as bad as he once was, but he's still not good.
He's awesome. No, you're right. He's awesome. Awesome.
Seriously, why the fuck did they do that on Raw? For no reason.
It was weird because the reason it was weird was because we've been talking about it and how it would make sense.
But the show hasn't.
I think fans have been talking about it, but it was never even really hinted at or brought up during the build. So, but Michael Cole made it a thing by saying that.
Well, he's an investigative journalist. He was being truthful. He brought up facts.
Right. Now
the
if he
first time
does
he
it
got any indication was because when Seth stepped in and accepted on behalf of Cody. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
But he's part of it. He should be allowed to accept. But
maybe it means he's not turning. Maybe
right.
That's
but if he does though, you just fucking there's no surprise in that now. It was just so fucking weird and it made no sense to do that.
Honestly, a lot of this hasn't made a lot of sense.
I know,
because it's on the fly. It's ad lib.
I would have just had Cody cut a promo on his own without Michael Cole in the ring. That's where I would have started.
Yeah, that was annoying too.
I just don't think it's that good.
That
to be honest with you.
did not hit on Raw.
Yeah, I don't think that was very good. I thought the slap to Cody was fine. I thought him saying the age gap thing was weird because doesn't he have kids with age gaps in them? Right?
I think he does. Saw that. Yeah. I saw that Luke Harper's wife said the same thing. I saw.
Did she?
Yes, that's where you got it from.
I have no idea what that is. Amanda Huber. I know Amanda Huber.
Her.
Okay, I don't know that she said that. Is she saying it in a way of I'm offended by this?
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, I'm not offended by it at all. I just thought it was an odd choice of ripping someone. You're like, yo, you got a small dick, and then you're like,
well, I think The Rock was just not expecting people to look into it that deep.
Well, hi, I'm sorry. Has he never met the internet?
No.
But doesn't
know her.
It was. This was.
My only problem with that segment was I wish we got more. It felt like it was rushed. It was too quick. Yeah. There wasn't enough time with all four of them in the ring.
I agree with that. It also made Seth look like such a bitch coming out to Cody's fucking ring entrance.
It was pretty funny.
It was so cool when Cody came out to the crowd. I was like, all right, I'm into this. And then Seth followed him without even his music hitting. Credit to the fans for just being like, you know what, we got you here, Seth, on this one, because you look like a fucking bitch.
That's another thing that makes you think that he's going to turn, though. It's because Cody is just overshadowing him every step of the way.
Yeah.
And I felt the same way about Roman a bit. The whole thing is really Cody and The Rock at this point.
Yes.
Roman's almost an afterthought.
I think that the
100%.
overshadowing of Rock over Roman is purposeful, honestly. Because it is trying The Rock kind of trying to impose his will and make it hey, I'm actually the fucking tribal chief here without saying it.
It really is glaring. Roman and the Bloodline come out first, then The Rock. He's got new entrance videos, got fucking
that
lightning.
Was some sick fucking lightning. Yeah.
He's got lightning. He comes out.
Undertaker's not using it.
Will he have a fire gun at WrestleMania?
I don't think so.
All the budget that would have gone to Bray and Undertaker is now completely dedicated to Cody and The Rock.
Yeah, but Roman and the Bloodline, they just come out sweatshirts and sweatpants, which beforehand, Roman was great, but then The Rock comes out in this fucking getup, and The Rock never stands with them. Really, he's always to the other side of the ring. It's just that has to be on purpose.
He's gonna break
100%.
So hard.
100%. All of this is on purpose. My point is that this was never the plan. It's the plan now. It's the plan now, and I whether I like it or not, at least they're doing some stuff. But this was not the fucking plan.
Yeah, at least we're seeing The Rock wrestle. That's cool.
So you're saying The Rock was never going to wrestle, and now he is?
The only way I would have saw the only thing that would have made sense was maybe it was going to be a triple threat with Cody and Roman.
So the plan changed.
Well, no, not really, because you're...
You mean no, not really?
What you've been saying is that the plan was Rock versus Roman and Cody not involved.
Because that's what they. No. I'm not saying that's what it is because I don't know. I'm saying as a viewer, I'm saying as a viewer, that's what they told me was going to happen with their mouths.
They never told you that.
That's what that whole week. Cody walked away. He went to Raw.
Mm-hmm. They teased it.
Oh my God.
There's a reason they never announced the match.
We're never going to know, and there's no beating you. You win. I give up.
I don't want to keep doing this every week. But
I know. I don't either. Let's move on.
But whatever The Rock wanted to do is what he was going to do. This is what The Rock wanted to do.
He's also said a million times, I'm just there to fucking make it a better show, yada, yada, yada. I'll roll with the punches. Yeah, this is a 100% pivot. I'm not talking about it anymore. Not. Okay. So I'm pivoting right now to the better company and the bigger match and the bigger moment. Okada making it rain.
Did you say the bigger match?
The bigger match? Yeah. Yeah,
What's
for me.
The bigger match?
For me. The Young Bucks. I think we'll probably end up getting to Kenny Omega, Adam Page, and Kota Ibushi. Get him healthy.
Yeah.
Against the Young Bucks and Okada. Yes.
That's
certainly not a bigger match.
To me, it's a much bigger match.
Much
more important match.
Year when they're all fucking healthy.
I'll tell you what.
Using lion voice. You haven't broken that one out in a while.
Tell you what. My arms going to be crossed at WrestleMania, but they weren't crossed on Wednesday because Okada, fucking baby, he is here. He's looking fine. He's looking dapper. Sitting with the Young Bucks. He's fucking awesome. This is great.
Shit blew.
It did not blow. You just hate the Young Bucks and you hate me.
Yeah.
This is great. And the Young Bucks with him as his the Young Bucks as his mouthpiece is going to be fucking great. This is perfect. Great debut and his run as a bad guy with the Young Bucks is going to be fucking great. I'm excited. Guys, Mike?
So, I guess, what are we discussing? If it's good that he's a heel?
No, just whatever he just debuted. I want your thoughts on his debut and where it's going and if you like it all.
So, I like BG, do not like the Young Bucks at all, and I think they suck. But I do think that positioning him as a heel is kind of good, to be honest with you, and I don't mind it. Like the core audience of AEW knows all about Okada, and they'll probably cheer him regardless. But people who aren't really the core audience of AEW, I mean, they struggle to get those kind of viewers, but any ones that they get, they probably don't know much about Okada, so they don't know that they're supposed to cheer him. They don't necessarily know that he's supposed to be one of the best wrestlers in the world. So, presenting him as a heel, I think could work because, he does look like he can play that role, and you're very obviously eventually building towards Okada versus Omega.
Big time.
And I think that, people who are, again, if you're a core AEW fan, you've seen the Okada and Omega matches, and you love them, and you think they're better than Flair against Steamboat for whatever reason. Nuts.
I know you said that on purpose to hurt me, and you can't do that.
But it is a match that hasn't happened in a long time. It's never happened in North America in AEW, so that's going to feel like a fresh match when it happens, and that's about probably the biggest match that AEW can do at this point.
And you could do a Triple H type return when Omega comes back. Okada runs train on everybody. Fucking who's left to stop him? Get Motorhead to do a fucking set. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. I think it's more effective for Omega to come back as the babyface and go up against a heel Okada than it would have been if Okada came in as a babyface opposing the Young Bucks for no real reason, and then Omega comes back with them as a heel. Like, I just feel, to me, this feels like it makes more sense. And you can play up to, like, the report is that Okada got $4.5 million a year from AEW. Who knows if that's true or not. But, regardless, he could be like, yeah, I came here because I want fucking money. I love money.
I mean, that's second-tier running back in that money. That ain't even a lot.
There you go. But, yeah,
he's DeAndre Swift at this fucking point, if you ask me.
I don't like the Young Bucks. They annoy me, not in a good heel way, but in a way that I just don't want to see them on my screen for the most part. But I think Okada in that role is good because you're building towards him and Omega I think is best as a babyface in that role.
Yeah, I also think that, Mike, given what you just said, which is fair, it's your opinion, they could play that as the role of, like, the mouthpiece for Okada. They could be like a Bill Alfonso type where you're like, I'm getting that real nasty heat. They hate me. But they like my guy, they hate me. And I think that can work too. But DJ?
Is Will Ospreay a heel or a face in this company? So I can't really tell.
Hey, BJ, not sure, bruv.
he's a face who's in a heel stable and is going to be leaving the stable soon, I guess. But like they have not done a good job of really presenting any of that.
Right. That's how I feel.
And that is one of the that's one of my gripes with AEW. They don't fucking care if you're a heel or babyface. Once in a while that is okay, but sometimes you really should have a babyface and a heel, make it a little bit more clear.
I'm not saying that it's bad that Okada's a heel or wrong. I'm just saying that if I was booking, this is my big, huge signing. I would champion him as a big babyface role.
Not when you have another one right coming behind it.
Are you talking about Mercedes Mone, who's in a completely different division?
Let me tell you something.
Omega returning.
I know. I'm talking about Mercedes Mone. I don't care if it's a division or not. You're debuting a heel and a face. No, because when you're you don't count gender when you're on that card, and you count how many heels are winning, how many faces are winning on that card. You don't care about gender, dude.
Division. Yes. Yeah.
No, whether somebody in the women's division is a heel or face has no bearing on whether someone in the men's division is a heel or face. Right.
But if you're saying about if that's a problem,
because Ospreay is essentially he's in a heel group.
Yeah, and he's not long for it, obviously.
But,
he's fought everybody in the group.
I would put Okada and champion him as this big deal, as a huge babyface megastar. So it's fine that he's a heel. I just don't like that he's with the Young Bucks and doing these little fucking 1 minute squash match. Like, I just don't want him with the Young Bucks.
That's fine. That's fine. You and your ICW ideas.
I do think it's good. Fuck you.
That's irrelevant championship wrestling. That's what that was, dude. Oh shit. Okay, speaking of
Wait,
I just don't mind it
IWC was ICW.
What?
Did you just say that IWC was ICW?
No, I said I said it's part of your ICW booking, and I said irrelevant championship wrestling.
Okay.
I got you,
good
buddy.
one. But
thanks for coming back to a visit. You're welcome.
Omega and Okada eventually switching up because Okada was babyface in New Japan against Omega as the heel, so that'll be good to switch it up here.
Yeah, I mean it's different. That was Japan. This is America.
Right, but the matches can be different then.
I read a Smarks comment for Shinsuke about Pearl Harbor. I don't think we're over it quite yet, but let's go to Mercedes Mone time. And Mike, I can't wait. Mike, listen, I actually have audio of next week. Your reaction to this. Ready? Let me hear it right here. Beep, beep, beep. That's you backtracking on all the mean things you said about AEW because your favorite, the best ever, is going to debut with my company.
I won't backtrack on anything I've ever said about AEW, but I still am a Mercedes fan.
So, best ever, right? Greatest women's wrestler of all time.
In-ring women's wrestler, yes, of all time.
Oof.
In my opinion.
Yeah, it's definitely a stupid one.
Although
but
Bianca Belair is
there you go.
Yeah, no, that's not true though. She's simply not.
She might be surpassing her pretty soon. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. See, look at this. Look at this. Write that down, George. That's fucking proof right there. That's bias.
People go to AEW, they just start botching left and right.
Yeah, that's true. Good. She's gonna be in an environment that's not conducive to success.
Right, and Donnie already says that she's a botch machine. So.
She is. I wasn't joking. But I know that she has very strong name quality. And
next week, because next week is Mark Madness.
Oh yeah, that's right. But
no,
that's the call. He calls me.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about it.
He calls me every morning.
Right, she'll be irrelevant.
He's like, "Good morning, sunshine." I'm like, hey, what's up, babe?
Is that what you want our relationship to be like?
Can I tell you, Mike? Absolutely not. That's awful when that has to happen. I have to pretend that early. Fuck, dude. Nah, dude. That's why I like being married for as long as I am. I'm just like, fucking 7:30, hit the fucking alarm. Jesus, I'm going outside. I got to take a piss.
I'm the nice one.
Go outside and take a piss?
I only got one bathroom in this fucking house, and it's usually occupied, so I go outside to take a piss. Yeah. Yeah, yep.
Jesus, what's up with this fucking house?
I thought I was going to get to take a dump in the basement.
Nah, nope.
What's life bug, Mike? What the fuck is this? What is it, right in your let me guess, your fucking bathroom's in the kitchen?
No, it's right off the living room.
I got 2 bathrooms.
Yeah, I know.
Serious?
Yeah, I swear to God.
Dude.
Yep.
Can you get a new house in 2 weeks?
No. We're gonna get a new house eventually, but not right now, bud.
You have an outhouse? Is that what you're saying when you go pee outside?
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's just a wall that you piss on.
I'll water the plants.
Yeah, that's all. Just don't worry.
No privacy at this house, Mike.
Nah, there's a fence, but I'll be standing on the side staring.
You should go stay with George in his Airbnb.
I've been thinking about it. Did he get an Airbnb?
I don't know.
Oh, yo.
He doesn't respond to his messages. How are we supposed to
if you don't want to stay at my fucking house, that's your fucking prerogative, dude. Then you're not going to wake up with Lucy and play Pokemon. You're not going to have to play Monster Trucks with Donnie. Actually, they're gone. They're gone for most of the weekend.
Where are you going to be during all this?
They're asleep. I'll be sleeping still.
I feel like he's trying to get us to go over to be babysitters.
Oh, definitely. What do you mean? Where was his reprieve? It's finally a Saturday we can sleep in.
Yeah. I mean, I literally worked this Saturday and Sunday, so I'm ready to kill. Let's talk about it, Mercedes Mone. Mike, level of excitement. What are you thinking?
Well, the question's posed here: will she show up tomorrow?
I know, but that was stupid.
Yes,
I'm saying
because if she doesn't, that's the biggest fuck up of all time to be teasing this. I mean, I think it's very blatantly clear at this point. It's in Boston.
Yeah, this is the CM Punk debut.
They literally have like a thing on the side of the graphic that says BOSSTON.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be her. One thing I will say though is I think that because it became so blatantly obvious, I think they did themselves a disservice by not announcing it officially ahead of time because
they didn't announce CM Punk ahead of time. The same exact thing.
I get that, but people who watch AEW religiously, they know obviously that this is going to be Mercedes' debut. People who are like chronically online and on Twitter, they know this is going to be Mercedes' debut.
So everybody.
No, not everybody.
I think most people are
I'm
monsters
sure there's
like that
WWE fans who know of Sasha Banks and liked her, and they don't watch AEW and know anything that's going on with AEW, and they probably have no idea this is going to happen. So I think that because it's so blatantly obvious, like you're not surprising anybody at this point, that I would have just announced it ahead of time, and maybe you get over 1 million for the first time in like 2 years. But I don't know if that's going to happen. But I am looking forward to seeing what she does. I'm a Mercedes fan. Again, that has nothing to do with whether I like AEW or not. I think she's fucking awesome. I do think she's the best women's in-ring wrestler of all time, and that she brings a much-needed boost to the women's division in AEW. It's always been for them, like, focusing on one, maybe two women at once, and you're pushing Britt Baker. It was her for a while. It's been Toni Storm for a while now. And now you have Mercedes, and she needs to be the centerpiece, but hopefully her being the centerpiece and being a big star, because they've not had a woman with her star power or what she's accomplished in her career on their roster yet. So now you have that. You need to use that to your advantage in terms of building up other stars in the women's division and getting that division to where it needs to be, because it's lagged behind the entire time AEW's existed. There's no question about that. So I think it has the potential to be huge for their division, but it's up to Tony Khan. It's up to whoever has ideas creatively to make it work. But I think I'm assuming she goes straight for Toni Storm here. We talked about leading up to the last pay-per-view. You guys thought Deonna was going to win. I said I don't think so. I think Toni Storm's going to win, because I think you go right into that feud with Mercedes, and that's what I expect this to happen.
No, I think Deonna wins next time. She pretty much tapped her out.
Well,
that's fine. But I think that you're foolish. I know you don't watch the product on a week-to-week basis, because I think the women's division, especially lately, has been a lot better. Not just the main storyline, secondary storylines. I'm watching at least 3 main women's storylines going on right now. Whether you like them or not, there is 3 main women's storylines, as well as these other talent performers who come in and out. So I think the division has been a lot better lately. But if you're asking me if I could add Mercedes Mone to something that I think is already improving, will it get better? Fuck yes. So yes, I'm very excited for that. I mean, I've never been the biggest Sasha Banks fan, you know that. But she's got a lot of star power.
But all of a sudden.
Well, no, she's got a lot of star power. If she can somehow take this division to the next level, with her presence, with her in-ring work, because she went to Japan and learned how to wrestle, which is great. So that's the crutch I'll lean on if she's better here. But if she botches, I'll say it's WWE's fault. So, BJ?
Since she left WWE, her presentation and promo work, for the most part, fell off. In-ring still good, so we'll see what happens in AEW. What do I mean?
How do you mean it fell off?
Wasn't as good.
Mercedes Mone and her presentation in Japan was excellent. It was really,
I actually think the Sasha Banks presentation was better. There's no question about that.
The Mercedes Mone, and then the fucking...
She got injured. That's where she's been, so I don't know even what you're talking about.
What are you talking about? She went there, and she was doing promos.
And they were... Okay.
No, they weren't. What are you talking about? The thing where she was fucking doing the little singing shit, like, it was awful. It was awful.
You don't understand.
You don't even like her.
It's when she was singing Mayu Sucks over and over again.
She was terrible.
Referring to.
I don't know what he's talking about. Go ahead.
And you came on here and she was botching left and right in Japan, so I don't know what you're talking about. Hopefully
her matches were good in Japan.
Hopefully,
the 5 that she had or whatever it was.
Hopefully things are better. Hopefully.
I thought it was like her life's goal to like have a run in Japan.
Right. Well, Okada's getting $4.5 million. Can you imagine what Mercedes Moné is getting in AEW?
My life goal is to have that kind of money. So
hopefully.
Do we think Mercedes is getting more than Okada?
No.
Yes.
I kind of think yes, because more American wrestling fans know who that is.
I think she's a bigger star in the grand scheme of wrestling.
I do too.
I think Okada, we know what Okada is.
Yeah,
but
Okada,
I think
they basically took from New Japan. Mercedes is just complete free agent because she doesn't want to go back to WWE right now.
Well, but I think that she would have went back to WWE if they didn't give her a boatload of money, and they didn't want that, so they were like, yeah, we'll sign you.
Hopefully she doesn't end up like everyone else who goes to AEW and you're just there for you're here for a week, yay, and then next week we don't give a fuck about you.
I mean, you don't watch on a week-to-week basis either.
I sure hope they don't do that with her because they need to make her the centerpiece.
Okay. Oh my God.
Edge has been a complete afterthought, buddy.
I mean, did you not see his raccoon eyes?
I saw his raccoon eyes.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I'm really confused about what you're talking about.
He lied. He said he had his last match in Toronto against Sheamus. What's going on here?
Edge did.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you dummy, yeah. Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, the match we already knew we're getting. We're gonna get it. You said does it need a stipulation? And from the bottom of my heart, I don't think it does. I kind of want to just see the two brothers beat the fucking piss out of each other and do it without any bullshit. And I kind of want Jimmy to win.
I don't think it needs a stipulation either necessarily. I mean, like, if you want to make it like no holds barred to up the level of brutality, like, okay, but we're already getting the main event of night 2, Cody and Roman. That's going to be bloodline rule, so that's going to be anything goes. We're going to get a fucking multi-team ladder match, so that's going to be, the hardcore element. So I don't know that you necessarily need to make a whole bunch of matches so I don't think you need it, because this is going to be the first time they ever wrestle each other. I doubt it's going to be the last. If anything, it's probably going to be the start of a feud, and you want to save some bullets for later if you want to go to, a gimmick match at some point. So I would just have this be a regular match, but whether it's a regular match or it's a gimmick match, I think it's going to be a fucking amazing match. And again, I'd have it open either night 1 or night 2.
I hear you guys. My question here is because Jimmy screwed him out of the championship and to be tribal chief against Reigns at SummerSlam. He screwed him out of the Intercontinental Championship. I screwed him over again a couple weeks ago. Was against Drew, right? Like, so I feel like it just needs a little bit more because of what they've done in the storyline. For just to be like a singles match, I feel like Jimmy really needs to get his comeuppance in a bigger way.
I just feel like he just said with the bloodline rules in the main event, it's like, I get it. You're right. Technically it deserves it. Like, I just don't think you just let it be about them. The match itself is almost secondary to the two brothers laying hands on each other and fucking finally this one-on-one match and then fucking having to stick to the rules and like starting to bend them a little bit. That's kind of one of the things I always loved about classic wrestling was like you got to follow the rules and like the emotions start taking over. So you give a closed punch and the ref's up in your face being like, I don't care that you hate him. You can't close your fist. You know what I mean? I love that kind of shit. So I feel like that would play into their story really well.
This is quite possibly the match I'm most looking forward to on the whole show.
I think it actually is too. I think I agree with that.
It might be.
Like, I can't wait to see The Rock, of course, but like, this one it's such a culmination.
This is Owens and Jericho?
3.5 years of a storyline, right? Like, this all started with Jey and Roman, and then Jimmy got involved in the I Quit match and everything. Jimmy, all the tribal chief stuff last year. Like, there's so much involved in this that I'm just so excited to see them get that moment.
We've been talking about this and anticipating it for so long, and then to know that, like, it's the dream match for both of them. Like, that's pretty freaking cool that they get to do that at WrestleMania.
Whole dick and balls you're going to get. You're going to get the whole dick and balls for this match. And like you said, I 1,000,000% agree with you. It's an opener. And if I had my druthers, it would be night 2.
But will you have your druthers?
No, I think it'll be night 1's opener match.
Who's going to take them? The druthers?
I don't know. Hopefully me.
I do hope they start to really pick up the like, just the build and intensity to WrestleMania. We're only a couple weeks till WrestleMania, and I feel like this is almost like it's just getting started, even though there's been a lot over the past several months, but recently there hasn't been, like, Jay keeps talking about, like, oh, these promos are going to be so amazing, me going back and forth with Jimmy, but, like, we haven't even gotten it. It's been, like, 3 times, like,
I don't think there's
Jimmy
much
just showing
left.
Up and screwing Jay.
I don't think there's much left to say, so I would rather save it for these couple weeks. I agree, like, we got to get on it now, but I feel like if you give me, like, one promo backstage where they're both on, like, recorded thing, then you give them one in-ring thing that leads to a pull-apart, and then...
Oh, pull-apart would be awesome.
And then basically, like, Adam Pearce is like, you know what? And then, because Magnus is there too, and they're like, you know what? You guys can't touch again until WrestleMania. And then, like, the last week they're off or something like that. You know, just do, like, video package.
You get 3 weeks, and I think 3 weeks is more than enough time to, like, build the intensity to where it needs to be.
Without overkill, too, which is important on the road to WrestleMania. I don't want to be tired of it either.
Your point about the pull apart is great. And, like, Mike's point earlier about the SmackDown last segment with The Rock, Cody, Seth, and Roman, Cody slaps The Rock, and the show just fucking ends. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, The Rock, he just, like, says to Roman, like, oh, no, it's okay, fine. But, like, and the show just abruptly ends. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Like, this is your biggest thing. The show just cuts off. I did not like that.
Yeah, well, you don't, it's Fox, baby. You ain't got no overrun. Fuck that shit. We got local news to get to.
I don't care about Fox. I care about fucking Triple H booking the show and The Rock. Like, that's not the way to end that show.
He ran out of time, buddy.
No.
Hey, Mr. Rock going overtime. Hey, you ever heard of it? Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I have, actually.
NXT, Tony D'Angelo against Ilya Dragunov. I can't help, because Trick Williams got screwed over by Carmelo Hayes. Other way around, sorry.
Trick showed up to screw over Carmelo.
But, for me...
Well, he didn't screw him over, he just beat him up after.
I just feel like Tony D'Angelo versus Ilya Dragunov isn't a fucking WrestleMania weekend worthy main event for NXT.
Well,
I agree.
I'll tell you what.
So much.
Maybe here, look, hold on.
It's not going to be the main event. I think Melo versus Trick is going to be the main event of that show, a la Gargano and Ciampa when they had, like, their, whatever it was, unsanctioned match. But I agree that I think that D'Angelo and Dragunov could have been a worthy championship match if you had started that build weeks ago. But you literally just started this past week, or, you know, the week before, I guess, by, like, mentioning it and putting him in that match. My problem is, like, it came out of nowhere. It's almost like they're like, ah, shit, we don't really have a credible challenger for Dragunov because we're going to do Melo versus Trick. So we don't, and you got Braun Breaker involved with, you know, the tag team thing. So we don't have anybody. I honestly would have just went to Dijak and Dragunov because I know we've seen it before, but they fucking kill it every time. I think they're probably doing Dijak and Obafemi, which will be pretty awesome, I think. But I would have done Dijak and Dragunov. So I think they kind of fucked up there.
Yeah, I agree. And I like Tony D'Angelo, but this is not Scream Mania weekend for me.
And he's been good. He's been a fun part of NXT for a long time now, so I feel like it's almost like a, here you go, bud.
They were literally just in the tag team division, and then they lost. He's like, all right, you know, I'm done with this shit. Like, I got bigger and better things, and then he went into that. But, like, if you would have started that a month earlier, then I could buy it. But it was just sudden.
Yeah.
And there's no way he's going to win the match.
No.
Yeah.
No, but like you said, in this moment, I would have taken a guy who wasn't making the main roster card, and I would have been like, you know what, just come down here, put on a banger with Dragunov.
That's what they did with Dolph, if you remember.
Yep. I mean, I'm talking if, like, I don't see a place for Chad Gable unless they slip him in the back door right there.
I do.
Chad Gable, Nakamura, like a lot of
Owens.
Ricochet,
what's Owens doing?
A lot of those people from the Gauntlet could have been in this spot.
I think Nakamura would maybe be the best choice.
Yeah, Dragunov's a face like that.
Holy shit! They're like, hey guys, go stiff each other, and everybody's like, shh, no, don't say that. We're gonna kill each other. So WrestleMania, we're going. We're gonna be. I don't know if you heard, but we're gonna be there.
I'm more excited after this past week of wrestling than was.
Same.
Card's looking great. Like I said, it would.
You're not correct.
This ladder match is gonna be wild.
Okay. So The Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth. There you go. Oh, there's a bunch of stipulations. You read all this. I'm not doing this.
Okay, I'll tell you. If The Rock and Roman win, then it's Bloodline rules, which means anything goes for Cody against Roman. But if Cody and Seth win, then the Bloodline cannot get involved in that match.
What did Seth get?
The peace of mind of knowing that nobody can get
this
involved.
Is so stupid.
I don't understand that.
I hate it.
No
I hate it. That's like being involved in a fight and you're like, I don't know either party involved, but I'm gonna side with you guys instead.
I think the one good thing that's come of it is Drew like calling attention to it. He's like, I don't know if you know this, but I'm fucking like 6'6", 280-pound fucking beautiful man beast. And you got to deal with me at WrestleMania. And you're worried about fucking Roman Reigns? Like, what are you doing?
Honestly, he should wipe the floor with Rollins.
Yeah, but Seth just fucking castrated him on Raw. I was like, I don't even give a fuck about you, dude. Like it was.
No. Because that furthers my point. McIntyre should destroy him. Like, it should be a it should be a Brock Lesnar on John Cena type squash match.
It won't be, but I think Drew will win.
I mean, that's what it should be, right? With the way this is being portrayed. He's worried about something else. He's involved in another match. He told you, I'm not even thinking about you. So he comes in there as a fucking sexy man beast and fucking destroys him in a minute and 16. And you're like, holy shit, what the fuck just happened?
I agree with you, Donnie, and that leaves Seth to go screw over Cody in the main event. Because I just helped you, Cody. You were nowhere here to help me. I fucking busted my ass for you. I was tired against Drew. Fuck you, Cody, and goes and turns on him.
Oh.
You know what I might do, actually? I don't know about turning on him in the main event, because Cody's going to win.
Hold on. Right here it says that both singles championship matches are on night 2.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, because they're both wrestling a different match on night 1.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, how are you going to have...
Because what I would have happen is I would have Drew beat Seth, and maybe Seth gets quote-unquote injured in the match. And then I'd have Seth go away for maybe like a month after WrestleMania. And then come back and go after Cody.
I mean, he's supposed to take a break, right? I heard him, Becky. The contracts are up at the end of the season.
I don't know anything about that, but I think I would have him take some time off and then return, and you think he's a babyface, but that's when he turns on Cody.
Question before we move on from this. Do you think CM Punk is going to be special guest referee? Because they announced him for Chicago. I believe they announced him for the Raw also before WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. And Drew just keeps fucking talking about CM Punk. Like, I feel like something has to happen.
I mean, in that moment though, then I feel like he would help Rollins win. And I don't want that. I want McIntyre to win.
He was like, no one likes each other in that.
I would say that I don't know that they would really allow him to be physically involved in the ring right now. I think maybe he'd be on commentary for the match, potentially. I don't know that I see him being a special guest referee, though. But maybe he is cleared to be able to do that, but I don't know that they would do that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on how far along he is with his injury.
Yeah. I just feel like something has to happen, that he does something at WrestleMania. Because
just say he's going to be there. Just say he's going to be there, and like you said, have him on commentary. He comes out to give him his entrance and shit like that, pop the crowd real huge. Here's the thing, BJ, how about this? How about you do that, you make it all about CM Punk, and then all that extra fanfare around CM Punk it just further builds time to that segment, considering it is a squash match, and it is only a 7-minute segment. So now it's like, oh shit, he squashed him, he turns around and he points at CM Punk. Seth Rollins is out because I think he is gone for a little while after, and then boom, CM Punk is, when is he supposed to be back, do we know?
So I think he'll be back sometime in the summer, and then what I would do is Drew wins, and he kind of fucking taunts Punk, who's at commentary, and then that's your further tease for Punk to come back and maybe face him for the title at SummerSlam or something like that.
Yeah, that's perfect. Love it.
I mean, I think him on commentary, if I was selfish, I'd rather be him as a special guest, because that way we could see him, because we're not going to be able to hear the commentary. But
I'll be really happy to hear him afterwards.
Yes, the better move is CM Punk is a talker. Put him on commentary, let him talk all this shit about Drew, who's been talking shit about him. That would add to the match.
Yeah. I mean,
I just want to see CM
not for us, but.
Yeah.
Io Sky and Bayley. Bayley obviously winning. They're doing a good job making everybody want to love Bayley. They're making us feel genuine sympathy.
I really liked what they did with Bianca, though, actually, because...
You gotta pay for your sins, baby.
Naomi's like, man, I kind of feel bad for Bayley. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? She made my life hell for, like, a year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Heels.
She's like a non-dumbass babyface, which is cool.
Yeah, Bianca's like, you aren't even here. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. All very true. Said we talked about that. Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan.
I was getting real scared Liv Morgan was going to get involved to make that a triple threat. But I can't imagine that's the case after Becky just beat her on Raw.
Nia Jax also heavily involved, too.
I don't think 4-way. I don't know.
I hope they don't, but they could, because, like, Liv could get involved in the last woman standing match. I'm nervous, Mike.
Nia Jax
I just don't see the logic,
it.
Because Nia, like, just lost her title match.
Yeah, but it was she's a giant, dude. She's like Andre.
Yeah, but she lost straight up. It like wasn't like there was any cheating or anything.
She attacked fucking Becky and Liv, dude.
I'm just nervous that there's a lot of singles matches for these championships, and that they might do a fucking let's do a multi one.
Well, I think we are getting a multi one.
The tag team.
The next thing we're gonna talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that'll be a triple threat. Going through Sami Zayn and Chad Gable.
Yeah, I agree. So my prediction last week was we were gonna get like a double pin with Gable
finish.
and Sammy, and I kept thinking it was gonna happen like he was doing those German suplexes. I'm like, oh yeah, their shoulders gonna be down, double pin. Sammy wins, and as soon as that happened, I'm like, there had to be something where somebody's shoulders were down or they were up or something. I go on Twitter, sure enough, first thing I see, Chad Gable's shoulders were not fully down on the mat during that pin, and I don't know if you know this, Chad Gable, he was in the Olympics. He's one of the best fucking in-ring workers in the world. If he wants his shoulders to be down, and they're supposed to be, they're going to be down. So there was a reason they were not down. And I think it's to give him a case to be added to this match for WrestleMania. So I think it becomes a triple threat.
You think you know everything.
You think you know?
You know everything. And then we have a
you think you know
undisputed tag team championship 6-pack ladder match.
This is going to be insane.
Let me tell you something. Adam Pearce and Magnus together like that,
dude,
those are handsome men right there.
Donnie,
men's men.
As soon as I saw them on the screen, I was like, can we get that match?
Honestly, don't look at me like you know.
Might maybe one day.
Like Survivor Series, maybe?
Honestly, Adam Pearce, I don't think he'll wrestle
nice
anymore.
Right now, though.
But he wasn't great.
I like that they always have some tension. Sometimes they get together. It's almost like they were forced to. They do a really good job with them as GMs.
I think both of them
are the best GMs in a long time.
I honestly think I really, really agree with that. I think both of them. Again, Magnus is fantastic. Told you.
I feel like
and Adam Pearce is great.
Paige was a GM. I feel like this is like the best that they had.
Paige was really good in that role.
Yeah.
I agree. They're the best since then, for sure.
Now this 6-pack challenge, or whatever it is, 6-pack ladder match. If Montez Ford is in this, I'm gonna go fucking crazy.
My assumption for the teams is gonna be DIY, Awesome Truth, New Day, Street Profits, and Dunn and Bate.
Dude, that would be insane.
That's stacked.
Banger. That one is gonna. That's one of those matches where it's maybe we get a tag team back.
What
we haven't had in a while.
Authors of Pain.
Authors of Pain.
Oh, are they part of that?
Because if Lashley is not part, he has nothing going on besides Cross, and
maybe put them in over Bate and Dunn.
Oh, I don't.
Because you do want you have Priest in here, but and Montez Ford, and
unless they're doing
like
an 8-man tag or something.
Oh, with
or 6-man. I mean,
with maybe they can get Scarlett and
yeah, you could have the
B-Fab
8-person, yes. Potential.
But yeah, this ladder match is gonna be fucking. I'm so hyped that we're getting a ladder match at WrestleMania.
And our Hall of Fame class, which you guys are not going to for some reason. None
of us are going to it.
What do you mean?
I would never go to it. It's a phony.
We're going to ECW, brother.
It's a phony ass show. Wait, hold on. You're picking that ECW show over this? Yikes.
I mean, we picked it a long time ago.
Look in the mirror.
Anybody who was going to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
The Dudley Boys are going to be at that ECW show.
Yeah.
I'm hyped for that.
Yeah, the best part is everybody at ECW is going to bounce on the ECW show because they're going to go be with Paul Heyman.
Dude, Mike said yesterday, get the fucking Dudleys in this ladder match at WrestleMania.
Cool.
No.
Matt Hardy, and he'll pretend that Jeff's with him.
Jeff will pretend Jeff's with him. Paul Heyman, Bull Nakano, U.S. Express, Mike Rotunda, and Barry Windham for BJ. Muhammad Ali.
As an old school wrestling fan, this class speaks to me a little bit. Bull Nakano is fucking awesome. U.S. Express, first WrestleMania they were on. They were 2-time tag team champions. And this actually leads me to believe that maybe, like, their last announcement is going to be Bray in like the Warrior Award type of situation.
No, I don't think. I think he's just going to be.
I definitely think it's just going to be him getting inducted.
It's going to be a post.
Well, yeah, but if
posthumous.
Yeah, but like if you
induction.
have the Warrior Award, you're being inducted. It's just like a way they frame it. So, I could see them doing that because I mean, Mike Rotunda's dead, Barry Windham was his uncle, so I think there's a reason that they're going in as a team.
Yeah.
Because Barry Windham was already in the Hall of Fame anyways as part of the full team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say this to you guys. When we get back from the ECW show, I want to watch Paul Heyman's speech.
I got to be very honest with you.
That's all ECW right there.
You better download it on your fucking phone because apparently after ECW we have to go to the bar and hang out with a bunch of people. So.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Really?
What bar? Jimmy's?
When did that conversation happen?
Maybe Xfinity Live if we wanted to, because it's right down the road. But there's also that like barcade place right next to it.
Yeah, what happened to that? I thought we were supposed to do that.
I mean, listen, here's the deal. A lot of people are asking so many different fucking things.
I was promised a lot of things.
Yeah, guess what?
Go-karting, and we're not doing that.
Well, because when are we supposed to squeeze it in?
I don't know, man. Figure it out.
You figure it out.
Okay. Barcade though. Fuck the bar.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I'll start looking stuff up in the area, and that way we can just tell people where we're going to be. But the idea is, I mean, a couple of our friends from work, a couple of friends from our show, a couple of friends locally, they've all kind of been like, where are we going Friday night? I know you guys are going there, but like, once the SmackDown in the Hall of Fame kind of lets out, that's when a bunch of people are going to be around town. Because Saturday.
What time ECW is even ending?
7:30 is when it begins, so I'd assume probably close to midnight, because I think there's a curfew.
I think it just, like, opens at some time. I think the show starts at 8.
Yeah, I mean,
so maybe
like the actual card. Yeah, so I'm assuming it's a 3-hour show, if that.
There's going to be an intermission, and listen, this is a bunch of ECW guys. We're going over on time. It's Sandman.
Do you think any of them can do even like a 10-minute match at this point?
No, but there could be 700 appearances.
Yeah.
There's going to be.
It'll probably end around the same time that this Hall of Fame ends, like 11:30.
And that's what I figured, and that's why it would be a good time for us to all say this is where we're going.
Like midnight, get to the barcade.
Or no, just get to the barcade as soon as you possibly can, with the intent of we'll hang out till we're tired and want to go home. And if we leave, everybody can just hang out with each other.
15 minutes after we get there.
Before we even show up, I'll be tired, ready to go home.
As soon as they give us the quarters.
No, actually, fuck that. Early. No, fuck that shit. That's one show I'll stay late at, is the fucking barcade one. I'll have a good time then. But yes, so we should figure that out. So write that down, BJ, so we can discuss. Patreon, BJ, what do we got?
Patreon.com/RingRustRadio. Go there to hear the ad-free version of our podcast. Get early access to our upcoming retros, such as Dude, Where's My Car? Cody Rhodes' Best WWE Matches Marathon. An American Nightmare Becoming Cody Rhodes documentary. Plus, right now, today, early access to Mark Madness. You can also check out our Ring Rust Radio on YouTube for updated clips and Triple R Gaming. And of course, join us next month, Tuesday, April 16th. It's our next Patreon special. We haven't decided yet, but we're also going to be doing WWE Fantasy Season 37 draft that same day.
Cool.
And finally, shout out to Daniel Hayden for his amazing work on the Triple R YouTube
also, channel. Ed Proud and Eliza Easy B. Percasio.
Hell yeah. Plus, Ignite Wrestling Pro in Bournemouth, Hertfordshire, London, England.
No.
Check out @Ignite Wrestling Pro on Instagram and search Ignite Wrestling Pro on YouTube. Their next show is Full Throttle on Sunday, April 2nd. It's a family-friendly show with tickets on sale now. And you can use the link in the Instagram bio to purchase tickets.
There you go.
So
also,
nobody's going to be like doing blow on that show or anything?
No, I hope not. No one's going to spit on my kid.
They might
you ever see the video the indie wrestler spits on the kid and the dad knocks him out?
No.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. It's great shit. It's honestly, fucking A, I'm ready for it.
You know what else is awesome, Donnie?
Lorraine Bar on April 3rd. Quizzo. That's awesome. Check it out. If you're in Philadelphia on April 3rd, they're doing Wrestling Quizzo over at Lorraine Bar. It's a beautiful area. And very nice, so go check it out.
And Triple R Gaming, if you want to join us on any type of gaming platform, especially Xbox or Steam, because none doesn't have anything else besides Switch.
Yeah.
All right. We might have some Patreon tiers so you can play certain video games with us.
And also you get early access to our videos. So starting this week, I'm going to be releasing a week ahead of time everything that I'm releasing. So you'll have, for the next year, you'll have exclusive content. You'll have early access. So now's a great time to jump in. And I expect us to have some... I'm just going to say, like, we're going to try to play WWE Guess Who when we're in Philadelphia for WrestleMania. So you're going to have a bunch of dumbass videos of us just having fun and shit. So if you want to see that kind of stuff, that's going to be exclusive to Patreon, at least first. And then, early access to the least. So, yeah, enjoy. Patreon.com/ringrusradio. But guys, we got to move on. Blam. Is that it for the show, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so we just have to do the retro.
I dedicate this to the throwbacks. Like Cena shirt in 06, ECW, one night stand, I won't hold back. Like Taker and Batista battle in the backlash, 07 to one man stand. We'll bring it back to the days of Lord Alfred Hayes, Hall and Nash and Raid, Hollywood drops the leg. They say the days of old are the best though. That's why we bring to you Ring Rust Retro. Let's go.
Alright guys, time for another edition of Ring Rust Retro. Oh yeah. Which is another Easy B production, by the way.
Hell yeah.
So, his originals are it's basically his show. We're just playing it. 9 Lives of Vince McMahon is what we're watching today. It was a Vice TV production. A.K.A. they got all the footage they had from all the other Dark Sides and like, we should do a big little Vince thing and put it together like a PowerPoint. George Crews made us watch this, which was, that's not out of character for him. Go ahead. Anything? I thought you were jumping in.
No, I don't know what you're getting at.
I don't know. Just because he hates Vince McMahon. He hates WWE. Well, it is, by the way, it is Honey Barbecue. My wifey brought up the bag too. Let me confirm that. It is hers Honey Barbecue.
Nice. Okay.
But I never had hers Honey Barbecue before. I usually just eat standard hers chips.
Mm. They have good chips.
They have great chips. That's right around here. Listen, don't fucking come from Philadelphia. Sure learn, motherfucker. Well, honestly, by the time someone hears this, it could be after WrestleMania. I don't fucking know. So let's get into this. The 9 Lives of Vince McMahon. George Crews made us do this because he hates WWE just like me. BJ, tell everybody how they get involved.
Patreon.com/ringrustradio. Donate to our retro tier. Email us ringrustradio@yahoo.com with the TV show, documentary, pay-per-view, anything with the wrestler involved, we'll cover it.
Yeah, we'll do almost anything from Mone.
Anything. Doesn't even matter if the wrestler's involved at this point. Actually.
Yeah, seriously.
Give us a good movie.
I was trying to hold on, but no one else cares. So why should I? That's what I say. That's how I look at my life. Okay, let's get started, Mike. This was I didn't
know this existed.
I didn't know this existed, and the reason you didn't know it because it kind of blew. It's everything we already.
It's basically just a compilation of a bunch of Dark Side.
That's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I fucking said. Because it literally was just like, we learned nothing. If you watch Dark Side of the Ring, you've seen all the interviews already. This was pretty fucking mid. I was very disappointed by this.
Okay, they're like, oh shit, Vince fucking had to step down. Let's benefit from this in any way we can.
Yep.
Okay, I'm glad you guys said something because I was watching this and I'm like, they're jumping around this timeline. It's fucking crazy. We go from like 94 to 97, back to 95, then 03, then 06. So it makes a lot more sense now.
Because all they were doing was they weren't interviewing anybody new, really.
No.
I
thought this shit they had in the can.
I thought it was new because I haven't really watched Dark Side of the Ring too much.
Yeah, because you could see during this, like, in the corner, like the upper right corner, when they switch it up, it'd be like, this is from Dark Side of the Ring, episode 9 or whatever.
Okay.
It kept, like,
paying that much attention.
Yeah, because you watch it at 2 times speed.
Yeah.
I watched it on 1 time speed, just so I could nitpick the things I needed to attack Vince with moving forward. And I was so pissed because I learned nothing. I learned
already knew most of the shit.
Yeah, all these bullets were already in the chamber for me. I learned nothing. Although I will say this, the name of that referee.
I didn't know actually.
Well, the name about that referee that her name escapes me now. Yes, her like recounting of the things that happened are very eerily similar to all the other things that have come out. And it's like, this dude's been a predator for a long time.
So, I mean, if you're very familiar with wrestling history and WWE history and Vince's history, you do not need to watch this at all. If you don't really know that much about it, I guess it would be good to watch because it kind of recaps everything. But
I mean, it's not good to watch; it's horrible to watch.
Well,
I get the idea.
You would learn things if you didn't know.
You definitely. So I wasn't aware of the tanning salon allegations.
I didn't know about that at the time. We'll get to it, but I knew about it within the past year because that's when I heard about it for the first time.
He's been paying off people for years.
The Playboy magazine interview is still crazy every time I see it.
By the way, it's called 9 Lives of Vince McMahon.
In between jerking off to the Playboy magazine, you're like, is it?
He came across.
Oh, is that a Vince article? Okay, I'll come right back to you after I go to
fucking. It keeps
fucking.
going up on Twitter, and then this came out. So that's why I said it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
This came out after Vince, quote unquote, retired the first time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And shit's gotten a lot worse since then, as we know.
Yeah. Fucking crazy.
Imagine Stephanie McMahon having to read all that shit about her dad.
Yeah.
And Stephanie, read here on paragraph 13 about what?
Grandchildren also.
Yeah. No, I meant like in the room.
Al very early in this, by the way, so we know what's gonna.
Yeah.
I got so upset seeing Al.
I get such a soft dick around them.
So BG mentioned the Playboy interview. Vince said in this Playboy interview years ago that he was molested by his mom and older boys when he was a child. If Vince was a serial killer, this is the part where Donnie would defend his actions due to his upbringing.
That is true.
No, I would use that as no. I would show you that nature versus
the other podcast that you
nature versus nurture. It shows that this boy was born into filth like that and has carried that filth throughout his entire life, and that is a difference between you take him and you bore him in a house that doesn't have that, and he is not that person.
Vince and Linda got together when he was 16 and she was 13, so do the math there.
Jesus Christ, dude. An arranged marriage in some countries.
Vince was a failure selling paper cups until his dad let him start announcing and promoting for WWF.
Well, I will say this. With the green movement, not a bad thing to be selling paper cups. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe you should go back to that now.
Yeah, he's not doing anything else now. I think he's just going to rest on his billions of dollars.
Vince fucked up promoting Evel Knievel jumping Snake River Canyon. I'm honestly surprised that didn't go well, because people loved that fucking psychopath. Like, when my dad was younger, and my uncle, like, they were fucking marks for Evel Knievel. He was, like, the man for kids.
No,
I don't know.
not even just kids.
Shit.
If you loved Budweiser,
adult
big
males,
trucks. Yeah. I remember as a kid,
I remember him being a fucking icon.
Yeah, I had the action figure.
Nice.
You guys had Power Rangers and shit. I had Evil fucking Knievel. I was jumping him over all my other cars.
You had that from?
Yeah, well, listen, I had a lot of hand-me-downs. Brother. I didn't have a lot of money, so I got a lot of other people's toys.
Vince took out a loan to buy the company from his dad. He lied and he was like, nah, of course I'm not going to destroy the territories. And then he did it anyways. Vince Sr. told Vince to stop expanding when the territory owners complained to him, and Vince basically told his dad to fuck off, and then Vince was like, alright, you can do it. It's fine.
Well, he's like...
Imagine,
go ahead.
Imagine how different things would be if Vince was successful on TBS.
Yeah, because, that was a huge failure.
Yeah.
Because he basically was just showing, highlight, shows.
But it's like, you probably don't even,
well, live TV wasn't even a concept understood yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Melton and Alvar back-to-back talking about Vince bringing in Hogan. Just fucking shoot me now at this point. John Stossel. They had a really good Dark Side of the Ring about Dr. D. David Schultz, and kind of details all this. But John Stossel, he's a fucking dork for trying to expose kayfabe, and I'm glad Dr. D whooped his ass, and I don't think he deserved a dime.
I 100% agree with that. This is the worst kind of investigative journalism I've ever fucking seen in my life. Yo,
I'm gonna ruin these people's good times by telling them it's fake.
Yeah, he literally. Dude, it's like, I'm here on the set. I'm on the set of Jaws. Steven Spielberg, that shark's not real.
It's robotic.
Steven Spielberg punches him in the face. I'm protecting the business.
Jimmy Snuka totally killed Nancy Argentino.
And you know what, Mike? Tony Khan never fucking covered up a murder.
Why do people always say that shit? Pretty bad look for the justice system that they just let this be for 30 years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Vince obviously was wrong for paying off whoever he paid off, but shouldn't people have, like, looked into this?
Not when there's money involved, not when there's no social media, not when no one gives a shit about this girl.
She did have a family, I think.
Yeah, but you know what? They were not white, and they had no power.
Yeah, weren't they, like, Italian?
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't know what they were, but I don't think they were white, and I think that played into it as well. It's the same thing we talk about, Mike. Before, I'm pretty sure, like, 2005, you could get away with anything. I'm pretty sure you could just get away with anything.
He got away with it until he basically was about to die, so it didn't even matter that they finally got him.
Hey, same with Vince.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Vince got a lot of years left.
He's going to blow his own head off.
They spent like 30 seconds on Black Saturday, as BG mentioned, when Vince bought the time slot on TBS. Much more salacious shit to talk about, so we couldn't possibly get into this anymore.
Yeah.
I guess.
It is what it is, dude. They didn't have enough footage.
Yeah. Female referee.
What are you eating, dude?
I'm sorry, dude.
It's like, you can't wait.
No.
It's done. Female referee Rhea Chatterton said Vince sexually assaulted her and told her she needed to satisfy him if she wanted $500,000 per year, which sounds eerily similar.
Yeah.
To something. Yep.
It's almost like that was the exactly what women have been talking about for fucking years as a male in power using his power to get sexual fucking treats from fucking women. It's what fucking men have done for years and years and years and years. Horrible.
Especially since he wasn't gonna ever pay fucking $500,000 for rep. He wouldn't even pay Bret Hart $1.5 million.
It's because this was in the
years.
80s. He wasn't paying anybody that kind of money except Hogan, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
This Dr. Zahorian had quite a fucking feed bag of steroids.
Yo,
he had a stand.
I wrote here, Holy Doctor. It's like a GTA character, dog.
Vince deserves blame for a lot of shit. Stuff that's in this. The steroid trial and all that shit was lame, in my opinion. All the wrestlers knew what they were doing, just like athletes in all sports knew what they were doing at that time. Get a competitive edge, to look the best you can look.
Yes, Mike, 100%. But if you knew the New York Yankees were actively supplying the drugs to the players, you would hold the team responsible as well. That's what it was.
Well,
hey, listen, that's just what it was.
They say he didn't do that, so.
Well, yeah, but you know he did. Allegedly.
Alva's crying that Vince wasn't convicted of steroid distribution here. For whatever reason. Vince wearing the neck brace is still one of the most hilarious things at this trial. And then Hogan basically refuses to testify against him. He was a real one. In court of law. We get to the screw job. Yeah. Apparently that's one of the things that could have one of Vince's 9 lives.
That was weird that this was in here.
They had a lot about it, so they needed to use it.
It was very off-putting, but just like imagine if that happened in today's like social media and podcast era.
People they overreact to the smallest fucking shit. So
no. You know what it would be?
If you consider this.
Everyone would be like, it's a work. She's doing the screw job again.
That's what
tired.
Would say. 100% work.
That's what all of us would say.
When Bret Hart came back 20 years later, he'd be like, see, told you.
I love Bret, by the way, but Bret screwed Bret.
That's very stupid. Always was stupid when he said that. It's dumber now, but hearing you say it. Defending a monster.
I think this is in here because it kind of ties into Owen a little bit later on. I think
it's in here for exactly the reason Donnie said. They did a whole long-ass episode on it, so like, oh, shit, we got some content. Let's just shove it in here.
I did watch that one. I watch like anything that's about the Montreal Screwjob. It's just fucking fascinating.
The clip they played of Vince telling Linda he's never gonna forgive her for giving birth to Shane. That's so real. That's so real. That's how we
right. It's so stupid.
Looking back now, someone showed me a clip. I think it was like 02, 03 of Stephanie. Yeah. Did you see this?
Yep.
Where he's like,
dude, it's a fucking storyline.
Yo, the half the McMahon shit. Stone Cold was right all along. He knew it. He was fucking very much the good guy.
Yeah, I saw that meme also.
Because Stone Cold, because in the storyline, fucking Stephanie literally says, "What are you whoring me out to all your fucking executive buddies? Like, what are you fucking doing here, Dad? Like, So he was doing that shit, literally.
I have 2 notes here. I don't know where they happen in this, but I'm just going to say it here. Poor Godfather being used as a clip to show WWF sucks because of Papa Shango. I was like, that's fucked up.
I was just going to mention that. BG, it's Papa Shango, alright? If you listen to Ring Rust Radio, the last episode, you're going to get that one.
What did I say?
By the way, lame fucking editing, because Alv is talking about how WWF's product felt slow and shitty compared to WCW during the Monday Night War, but they show a highlight with Papa Shango from 93.
Yeah.
That's nothing to do with the Monday Night War.
Yep.
But, more importantly, Mike, Alv says Vince stole hardcore from Eric Bischoff.
That's not true at all.
Yes.
And
Eric Bischoff stole
Alv likes to cry about Vince rewriting history. Like, no. Vince stole it from Paul Heyman.
He said that they stole everything from WCW and ECW.
Well, no,
the Attitude Era.
They were showing clips.
Okay, let's be very honest.
WCW during this, like, I was like, no.
What on WCW was like Stone Cold or DX? Please enlighten me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
or The Rock.
DDP, NWO.
No.
So yes, that's literally what they were doing, but that's fine. Oh my God.
Meltz is in such agony having to say that Vince knows how to grow the business with the Attitude Era. He was so pissed.
He's like, piece of shit, I fucking hate him.
He's like, he knows how to like market to the young adult and everything. He's like so upset.
Stone Cold and Pillman segment. I'm gonna stand by this. That was fucking iconic. I'll never waver.
I still don't know why it's all that bad. I've seen way worse on TV.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Watch Law and Order SVU one time, and this is fine.
Right? On the show before and after Raw, you're seeing all that. So why was that so bad?
The Owen stuff, just fucking
so
awful.
Fucking sad.
I
still can't believe that happened.
They definitely should have stopped the show, by the way.
And Vince killed him and should have been held responsible. He's the promoter. That's negligence, buddy. Sorry.
Well, a lot of people would have been safer for it, I guess. Plane Ride from Hell. They got all the greatest hits in here. Basically just a compilation of every Dark Side of the Ring, as we mentioned. Mm-hmm. Gainfully employed Ric Flair tried to make a stewardess touch his dong.
I mean, if we were arrested every time we asked someone to touch our dong and they said no, we'd be in a lot of shit. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't. No.
Wait, what?
What?
Nope.
Go
ahead. They say that Vince learns that buying people off only works until someone talks, and he's learning that the hard way now. That you should probably pay everything you promised.
Yeah. I'm an idiot.
Mike, or the lesson is, don't do horrible shit and have to pay somebody off.
Well, yeah, I mean, you should. Obviously. That should be your first go-to. But obviously, he passed that a long time ago.
That is true. He passed it off. He said, you know what? Nah. I like to fucking sweat it for 70 years.
BG mentioned the salon worker in 2006 who alleged that Vince groped her. And like I said,
hold on, the what worker?
Salon worker?
You said schlong worker. Did he say schlong? Did he say schlong worker or not?
I heard salon.
I heard salon worker. You're like, yeah, schlong worker over here. I was like, wait, what?
I literally hear schlong bad enough, you're gonna hear.
Let me tell you something, dude. I was literally eating chips and I nearly spit it out of my mouth. I had to come back from mute. You said the word schlong.
I did not.
You did, dude. I'll find it.
No.
That's salon.
Nope. But yeah, I didn't even know about this allegation until it came out around the time of Vince, quote unquote, retiring. Like, I wasn't into wrestling in 2006 though. Mm-hmm. But I feel like I should have heard about this allegation.
Yeah, that's the year I graduated high school. I had a lot going on.
So I have a note here about Meltz, okay?
Yeah, please.
Towards the end, it says, over here, how the fuck is Meltz saying everyone in the company and adjacent knew about Vince paying $12 million to 4 different women who signed NDAs, and Meltz of all people never fucking reported this? And he wants to call himself a journalist? Like,
if he's such an insider, he would have known too, right?
Right. Fuck out of here, Meltz. Like, you knew as soon as the Wall Street Journal reported it.
Chris Benoit tribute show. Ooh. I've still never seen that. Did you guys see it?
I watched it live because I was fucking, we were fans. I was fucking devastated. But, like, you didn't, That's a tough one because you didn't fucking know all the facts.
No, listen. I'm
the show was airing, then you hear the facts. So in hindsight, you should probably wait to do something like that. But it was the next fucking day. Like they're in a tough situation.
This is what JR said in the talking head thing.
Yeah, from my point of view, I think Vince is a total piece of shit, and I hate him for a lot of things that he did, and he's a really horrible person. And if there is a hell, he's going. This was an error in judgment. With hindsight being 2020, there was no ill will behind this, and he never would have thought in a million years. Like none of us would have thought in a million years.
Right. No one knew the
and
details.
Chris Benoit was going to kill his wife and kid.
Was Chris Benoit and his family are dead.
Yeah, and you don't know how it is. That's the police aren't telling you anything. You have to go on. Everyone knows he's dead at that point, and his family's dead. No one knows any details of the case. You don't know any details.
Yeah, so you put a lot of things on Vince and WWE.
Yeah,
that's not one that I put on
agreed.
him. That's just my stance. Because I remember living through that, and I was like, I mean, that's just nuts. Like, how are you supposed to know that when they don't tell you?
They also put Benoit murdering his family entirely on Vince in the wrestling business.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion. I blame the murderer.
Yeah.
On a more positive note, LJN and Hasbro wrestling figure commercials spliced in here. That was great.
It's great.
Those.
So awesome.
Al says he can't watch WWE. It's your job,
really?
But he does it anyway for you at home.
Yeah.
Right. We finally get to the allegations against Vince and the NDAs. Al scoffs at the idea of people thinking he would find a way back in.
Whoops.
But he did. He literally did.
Yeah, I wrote here. I'll say my exact feeling about Vince to the end, because I took psychology classes, reading the psyche of someone. You're a good judge of a character. He's a carny. To his heart, he is a carny, and these are carny tricks that he got a lot of money, but he's still doing the same carny fucking tricks. When you go town to town and you can just disappear.
Vince is he's a wild story. This is surreal and fucking, I think, endlessly fascinating. It's had me very excited for the Netflix documentary, since that's going to be significantly better than what this was.
That'll be interesting, especially because now WWE's working with Netflix.
Right.
So.
Very fascinating, but I mean, this is all, I mean, it's just terrible what has allegedly happened.
Vince Russo makes a rare great point at the end of this.
He did make a great point at the end of this.
He says it's the tip of the iceberg, and he was fucking right.
Yep.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit.
Well, of all the people who fucking saw, Pat Patterson.
Oh, I mean, Vince Russo had to know some shit, that's for sure.
That's what I mean, big time. That's another reason why he probably has always fucking kept him around, is to keep him quiet, too. So, this was...
Why he sent him to WCW to destroy it.
A couple little notes that I didn't get to here. Vince is the Sean Watson about the schlong. I got lost in the schlong thing. I tated schlong.
You were fixated on the Sean schlong.
Bret Hart right all along.
Did you see the Browns' new offensive coordinator, Ken Dorsey, who was the Bills' offensive coordinator, but he sucked? He's like talking about how Deshaun Watson's a fucking great person.
No, I didn't, but I would argue that's probably not true.
I would just be like, what? He's a great player.
I wouldn't even say that anymore.
No, I don't believe that's true, but if you're lying, that's the thing to lie about.
Well, if you're lying, you might as well call him a great person.
I guess so.
Vince is an old school wrestling carny that did backdoor deals and sexual misconduct before dipping like a gypsy in the night. Just like they all did. According to everybody who talks about this kind of stuff, right? That's what they all did. The problem is, for him and for everybody else, not just the fact that it's completely immoral, highly illegal, is that he kept doing this because he kept getting more money, but the company kept getting more public. So he kept getting closer and closer to the edge. Where, listen, if he had, if wrestling never got this big, it was still big, but never this big, the way it is now, $1 billion deals and stuff, he could have, and it never went, public, he could have hid. He could have stayed away, because he could have hid all of this stuff. But the more and more he got greedy for money, the more and more he wanted the bigger deals, the more and more that company grew, the more and more he got close to the edge. And eventually, it was going to come out. I honestly, the problem, and this is what I always say, it's the same thing with Jimmy Snuka. That dude lived a full-ass life when he didn't deserve it. He killed a lady. Like, Vince didn't deserve to live this life. Even if he gets in trouble, and maybe he goes to jail for some of the things he does, at what, 80 years old? He's lived the entire life that most people would dream of. So listen, there was an adage that Vince McMahon said in the documentary that we watched that I hold with me every day. He said, every single morning I wake up and I prove myself again. I love that quote. I fucking love that quote. Adage? I love that. Yeah, every single morning I have to wake up and I have to do it all again. Everything that I earned yesterday means nothing today. I have to earn it all again. And he said that, and I love that. I love that because that's how I view it. He was a hard worker. He did a bunch of things, but he was also a fucking monster. You could be both. So he just fucking. You're right. It is a fucking case study and a half of an egomaniac, of a fucking sexual deviant, of a fucking incredible businessman, a fucking wrestling genius in a lot of ways. So
you must be a millionaire if you wake up every day and say that motto.
No,
you're still on that.
No, I'm not a millionaire.
We're like 3 minutes past it.
Brother, I got thousands though. I'm a thousandaire. I'm a thousandaire.
Barely.
Yeah, what was the motto? I wasn't even paying attention.
You gotta wake up every day and prove it to yourself again.
Every day you wake up, you gotta prove it again. What you did yesterday means nothing today.
Say it to yourself every day?
Every day. Every single day. Way. I swear to God, I say it to myself like once a day.
I'm gonna prove it to myself again today, and then he goes and sits on his chair and doesn't do his work and watches a wrestling show.
And every day, Mike, every day I prove I can do it again.
And then and then fucking text some derogatory shit to us.
Every day. But Mike, if I didn't send you derogatory shit today, it wouldn't be me. You know what I mean? I have to live up to that level.
You gotta prove it every day.
Every day I get up, I do it again.
What's up?
In Philly, we're gonna wake up early and go see if this really happened.
Make sure you say it out loud.
We're gonna be driving and shit. I'm just gonna be like mumbling. I'm like, every day. Every day. Every day. Do it again. Guys, what did you do yesterday? And you're going to be like, well, we went to the show. I'm like, nothing. It means nothing today. Okay. Big thank you to George Cruz and Feist TV for making this, barely. But you know what? Fuck everybody. Big thank you to the video editor, because that shit's hard. And that dude had to...
did anything, he or she.
That person fucking spliced so much footage together to create what is a fucking mid-ass documentary, but that's not their fault. Not their fault. George Cruz, how did they do it, Beej?
patreon.com/ringrustradio. Donate to our retro tier, and then email us, ringrustradio@yahoo.com. Anything with the wrestler involved, we'll cover it.
You just said there didn't even have to be a wrestler involved.
That's true. Honestly,
case-by-case basis.
Okay, case-by-case basis. We'll discuss it. All right, let's move on.
Strangeness in the latest report. You gotta call Dirt Sheet Buster. Egregious lies anonymously sourced. You gotta call Dirt Sheet Buster. Scoop, 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 scoop. No lies, no retraction. Scoop, 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 scoop. Per a source that's interesting to know.
Alright, BG, it's time for our favorite segment of the week. It's Dirt Sheet Busters. Once again, Donald Wood was scared. He ran away. Although I will say, this week is one of the lighter weeks of Dirt Sheets that I can remember in quite some time, and I think it's because Meltz was feeling the heat after the last couple weeks, and he kind of just like, I'm not going to say too much this week.
Yeah, people are onto him, man. It's like, it's not like they're out to get him, because he does it to himself.
Yes.
But they're noticing more than ever.
He absolutely is getting called out more than I can remember in the past. Because, like, it used to be, like, people would just take his word as gospel, like, yep, this must be it. And I can remember even before we started Ring Rust, like, I was like, this dude's full of shit. And I know this. And I've always felt that way, and I'm glad people are seeing it. But we're going to start with one from Fightful Select. Someone is frustrated over Asuka and Kairi's booking.
Oh.
Hope you don't want to know who.
Oh.
Yeah. The presence of Asuka and Kairi Sane continued to be a source of joy and satisfaction among officials backstage at NXT.
And Gosen.
Yeah, that's a fact. However, amidst the appreciation for their involvement, frustration surfaced over the champion's upcoming title defense scheduled for next week's Raw, aka this week's Raw.
Why?
This decision made during Monday's show left some scratching their heads and questioning the timing of the booking. So, basically what they're saying here is last week, Kabuki Warriors defended their titles on NXT against Lyra and Tatum Paxley. But one day before, they announced that, okay, next week on Raw, it's going to be the Kabuki Warriors defending against Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler.
Right.
Obviously, if the Kabuki Warriors were to lose on NXT, then it would be the other team defending. Cards to change.
What's the problem here?
I don't understand the problem, but what I really don't understand is, like, they're saying, oh, people were loving that Asuka and Kairi were there, but there's frustration. Frustration from who?
Right.
You didn't even tell me who.
I don't understand that.
Me neither. That's why it's here.
Like, unless you're telling me that it's Lyra and Paxley, that they're frustrated. Oh, I feel like you guys kind of shortchanged us.
Sure. I could believe that lie, maybe.
Right.
But I don't think that's what they're
That's the closest you're getting from it. Yeah, what the fuck.
But yeah, so I really don't know, to be honest with you. But I think they're just making shit up, obviously. And again, it's just use common sense. Tatum Paxley and Lyra Valkyria, the standing NXT Women's Champion, we're not going to win that match regardless. But if they did, it would just be them defending instead of Asuka and Kairi. But whatever.
I feel like they don't think this has ever happened before.
Right. It happens quite often, actually, where you have a defense, like multiple defenses scheduled, especially with it's probably happened many times with the women's tag team titles because you defend on all brands. But
yeah, I agree. That's
whatever.
Stupid.
Yep, of course. This is from Sports Illustrated. The person who runs AEW was responsible for the booking of its big new star. Do you believe that?
Interesting.
Yeah. According to Justin Barrasso of Sports Illustrated, it was reported that AEW did not hesitate to debut Kazuchika Okada as a heel. Here's his quote. Per sources, there was no hesitancy in AEW about debuting Okada as a heel. His original big run in Japan came off of playing a great playboy heel. People will likely still cheer him because he's so likable and possesses movie star looks, but all parties, Tony Khan, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks, and Okada, all agreed that his run in AEW should start as a villain, which is an idea that came directly from Khan.
Oh.
Wow. This is like when they used to, when Vince was in charge for fucking 40 years, and they would do a report like, oh yeah, this push, Vince McMahon's behind it.
Yeah.
It's like, no shit. How many times has that been on this segment?
Right. That's so true.
It's literally the same thing.
Yep.
Tony Khan basically is a tyrant over the fucking creative, just like Vince was in WWE, so yeah, he's gonna make the calls.
Right, that's the thing, you have final say, that's why you're, like, if you're president, or fucking manager, or whatever it is, if you have final say and you have final say, you signed off on it.
I think this was a Justin Barrasso bunt after that time he got fucking tricked about the WrestleMania card.
Cody vs. Punk.
This one under not worth reporting. Next one's from Fightful Select. AEW doesn't think that it fucked up Okada's booking after 1 week.
Oh, okay. I do.
Yeah. According to Sean Ross sat behind Fightful's paywall, the decision to bring Kazuchika Okada as a heel alongside the Young Bucks was made well ahead of his signing with AEW. Here's the quote. The perennial Wrestle Kingdom main eventer and legendary Japanese star, fucking marry him, Jesus, has already created a legacy that leaves him as one of the most highly regarded wrestlers of all time. So, we're not done, I guess. But his debut as a heel surprised many wrestling fans. So far internally, AEW is very happy with the move.
Huh. I would hope that they're happy.
You know what would be worth reporting?
They weren't happy.
If they were pissed off and thought they fucking, like, ruined his character.
Yeah.
That would be worth reporting. Telling me that, like, oh yeah, they're happy with how their guy that they signed for $4.5 million a year has looked after 1 week. I know, obviously.
Dude,
you're not going to say anything else.
He's getting $4.5 million a year.
Well, we're going to get to that. In the coup de grace, you ready for it?
Let's do it. Yeah, I really want to know this one.
AEW is paying Okada $4.5 million per year.
Dude.
Seek!
Oh, wait.
Or maybe not.
Oh, well, come on. What are you doing to me, Mike? I'm trying to, I don't know if I should be happy or sad for Okada.
That's how I felt when I was trying to read these reports. Tokyo Sports recently reported that Kazuchika Okada has signed a 3-year deal with AEW. The contract is estimated to be valued at 2 billion yen over its duration, translating to approximately $4 million US per year. Or actually 4.5, according to another thing we get here. Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer newsletter noted that contrary to Tokyo Sports' report, the accurate figure for Okada's contract is considerably lower than the initially mentioned 2 billion yen. Here's his quote. Okada signed a 3-year deal. Tokyo Sports reported Okada signed a 3-year deal at 2 billion yen, or $13.5 million, over the course of the period of the contract, or an average of $4.5 million annually, but that number is not accurate at all. The real number is considerably lower, but it was still a very large number that he signed for.
So he doesn't know the number. He just knows it's less.
He has absolutely no idea, so he's like, I'm going to tell you, it's way lower than that. What is it? No idea. Follow-up to that, Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select reported that, and I quote, sources we've spoken to in AEW and Japan call Tokyo Sports figures accurate. So, Tokyo Sports, which I believe is a pretty, an actual publication in Japan that would have this kind of information.
Yeah, it's not like the Swerver.
Right, they reported $4.5 million a year. Melt said, not $4.5 million, hope you don't want to know how much, but it's lower than that, but still a lot. So he's really pigeonholing himself into a fucking very small range there. And then Sean Ross Sapp says, no, that's actually true what Tokyo Sports said.
Can confirm is what he did.
Yes.
Huh.
Honestly, doing the can confirm as the opposite of whatever Melt said, that could be a lucrative business.
That's very true. I did not know that this was a number. I've been a little bit out of the loop a bit. That's a lot of money per year in wrestling.
If it's true, I'll tell you, then I understand why you signed with AEW.
Yeah. I would actually lean towards Melt on this one. That I doubt it's $4.5 million a year, because that just seems like a lot for wrestling.
It seemed unlikely to me, because I feel like $4.5 million, and I'm guessing, would maybe make him like the highest paid guy in WWE besides like Roman Reigns. If
potentially,
I had to guess.
Right? I mean, and Reigns might be based on like merch.
Right. So
potentially, because we have no idea. But
at the same
you
time,
would need to make a lot of money.
Right.
If that's the type of money. Didn't Mox get like $3 million? Wasn't that like the report?
I think that was around what the rumor was, yeah. But again, we have no idea how accurate most of these are, because like there's always like these lists coming out of like WWE's highest paid, and it would be like Brock Lesnar $10 million, Roman Reigns like whatever $7 million or something. It's like, where is this coming from? Where's this information from?
Yeah. Very fascinating. I wish we could know more about their contracts.
I will say, if anybody's going to pay Okada $4.5 million a year, it's probably Tony Khan.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to bank on that global market at that point, because that's a lot. You just need to make so much money, because that's only one person. They have a huge roster, so you have to make a lot of fucking money then to pay all these people.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. Who knows? But it seems like nobody knows, and that's really the point of it.
I guess it would make sense though. D-Bry is supposed to be retiring, right? Kenny Omega's out. They keep having injuries. Sting's gone. Yeah, you probably knew that, obviously. So, you got to get his top star. You got to pay him.
Whatever the number is, I'm sure they paid up quite a bit.
Yeah.
But
I'll say this. Good for Okada.
Yeah. Get that money.
Mm-hmm.
Got to do it. BG, how do you think we did? Ooh, don't turn on me, Dwayne. All right, BG. It is time for your least favorite segment of the week.
It really is, because, honestly, I'm so happy this is almost over.
It's almost over. WrestleMania 40 is when it ends, so about, 3 weeks away.
I gotta be honest with you, Mike. I used to do fantasy hockey. Mm-hmm. This is my least favorite fantasy at this point.
I love fantasy hockey.
Yeah.
I'm in first and second, my 2 leagues. In last place, 14th with -40, Tyler Sutton. I'm still blaming Donnie for drafting that team. I don't care about the reality.
Poor Tyler.
In 13th with -25... it's my man BG.
This is such bullshit. Everyone that I picked just fucking sucked.
I think Trick Williams will win at Stand Deliver. I'll give you that.
It wouldn't even put it past me if he didn't.
In 12th with negative 15, Derek Lee.
God damn, I wish you said Donnie.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's not doing amazing, but he's not doing horrible. In 11th with negative 2.5, James Dick. And I'm pretty sure he was drunk out of his mind.
Let me ask you a question, Mike. You think Naomi wins the tag titles at WrestleMania?
With Bianca, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. Because it's not 100% clear where that's going yet, but
right.
They at least kind of tease that potentially. So, yeah,
so
I could see it.
If you win the tag titles on a pay-per-view, is that 15 points?
15 points, yes.
Yo, she'd have 0 if she doesn't lose any more matches.
There you go. I hope it happens for you. In 10th with 5, Skeener. So 4 people in negatives, with, almost a month ago. In 9th with 20, Alex Pandolfi. I know Donnie did draft that team for sure. In 8th with 30, Leon CK, our buddy, handled WrestleMania.
Hell yeah. I can't wait.
I know. It's going to be great. In 7th with 45, Angel Meza.
Angel.
Not a good man, though. In 6th place with 47.5, it's Donald Wood.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
I hate him so much.
He sucks.
Truly.
Hope he doesn't come back for the next segment. Tie for 4th with 55, Reggie Gill and George Cruz.
Nice. That's
the
a good
former is great to us. The latter is very mean to us.
That is true. It's unfortunate.
Yep. Haven't heard from him in days. I think he did his disappearing act again.
I wonder if he shows up for Mark Menace.
We'll see. In 3rd with 95, Jim Del Chapo. This is the thrill of his life right now.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Good for him.
In 2nd with 105, Big Money Mike.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, shit. I didn't expect that.
And in 1st with 115,
oh, shit.
Stephanie Kordick.
Wow. She's been really good. Oh, you picked it.
I did pick it.
I was going to say.
So basically the beauty of this is if I win, then I'm like fucking 5 times in a row or something like that.
Yeah.
But if I lose, then I could say the only person who could beat me is myself.
yourself.
So this is setting up good for Mike.
That's pathetic. So no matter what, you're in 1st and 2nd probably.
Probably. Well, Jim has a chance though. We'll see. All right, but let's get in the emails.
All right, Mike, emails time. I skipped
You're
fantasy.
Here? What are you doing here?
Yeah, I was here earlier, and then I had to go take a shit.
Yep.
I heard it was your segment. Had to go. I heard you had 2 segments in a row. Had to take a shit.
Did you do an upper decker?
To my own house.
That's how I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
I've never heard of someone upper deckering their own house, but like honestly, if my wife's been pissing me off, that might be a good tactic. Be like, did you shit? I'd be like, just blame my son. Be like, Don, did you shit in the toilet up top? Baby, I don't know who did it. You should clean it up though. Ringmasterradio at yahoo.com. Short, sweet, pertinent what we're talking about. Not exactly what we're talking about, Mike.
That's from Matt Bowers of Pain. Subject, storyline trades. Hey, Ring Rust buddies. Hey. With NBA and NHL trade deadlines come and gone, I thought it might be fun if you could trade any wrestler from one storyline and put them in another.
I know, Mike, I'm so sorry. You know me, hate to interrupt. And I know this isn't really pertinent to what we're talking about at this exact moment, but I just thought
exactly
not exactly what we're talking about, but I thought it was very important to put it here. How about Saquon Barkley? How about those fucking Philadelphia Eagles stealing shit?
Can I be honest with you?
We should have gotten Xavier McKinney too.
No,
I know, you're right.
I honestly think that Barkley is going to prove to be a very bad signing/contract.
I disagree because how he
really
fucking structures.
I really do not believe in paying a running back unless it's like a fucking Christian McCaffrey.
I mean, that's Saquon Barkley literally does everything. What are you talking about? He was he had the worst offensive line. He was with Daniel Jones.
How did he do last year?
Yo, guess what? Put him behind our offensive line. Let him blitz block because Jalen Hurts cannot pick up a blitz worth a fuck. It's like, I don't understand how you don't. He's gonna have DeAndre Swift fucking had such a resurgence. You know what? I'm gonna let the numbers speak for themselves. I don't think so. Not behind my line.
Okay.
God, I'm sorry.
Who would trade places? Here's a pop culture example: Uncle Phil for Carl Winslow.
That's a good one.
Although I think they're both perfect in their roles.
I agree.
Yeah, but I mean, I think if you switch them, I also think it would work.
Yeah, I mean, they're amazing actors.
Mm-hmm.
But, like,
I think Carl would have got railroaded by Will Smith, and Uncle Phil didn't take that.
He was. So you never
Carl
watched
was-
Urkel. So you never watched Urkel. That's how I know.
Absolutely did.
Whole
By the
family.
way, I want somebody to give us a retro of the episode where the Bushwhackers are in it.
Holy
Family
shit,
Matters.
dude. R.I.P. one of them.
Yikes. Thanks and have fun, Matt Bowers.
Have fun doing what?
Doing this email.
Oh, yeah, that'll be up to me. I replaced every Shawn Michaels match with Bret Hart, and it's better instantly.
What about the ones where they face each other?
I let him stay. Oh, honestly, in my heart, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, and I will stand by this. I personally believe that the 2 HBK Undertaker matches would have been better with Bret Hart.
No, I don't think so. Because
I mean, their SummerSlam '97 match was great, but like I don't think they're better than the HBK matches.
No, yeah, certainly.
And I like
Undertaker in 1997 and Under in
right,
2007 is
totally
completely different guy.
They
I think that's more an I think that's more of an indicator about it's more of an indicator about Undertaker than it is an indicator about Shawn or Bret. But I think Bret
blame Goldberg
really wasn't until
like Bret Hart's career. You didn't get
I
that
mean, listen, you're not wrong.
It really wasn't until like '99 that they let Undertaker like do more wrestling.
And they also put him against like fucking bums for how long?
Yeah, he also kind of sucked for a while, and he got better adding in UFC
I think he
stuff.
always was good, but they put him against like
gimmick.
Giant Gonzalez and King Kong Bundy and shit.
We'll never know.
Gimmick itself at that time.
Right. Yeah. He just no-sold everything.
Yeah.
I have real answers.
Somebody's on the list?
I think Sting and Hogan trading spots in the Sting vs. NWO storyline would be, I don't think it would be like better than what we got, but it would be interesting because the rumor was always that Sting was the one that would have turned if Hogan didn't. So that in an alternate universe that could have happened. In the same vein, I think putting Stone Cold in the Sting role against the NWO would have been fucking incredible. Him just to get like beating up 20 guys.
Yeah, but what made Sting during that? I mean, again, he didn't talk for a whole fucking year. Like I needed Stone Cold talking. Like I needed that motherfucker kicking ass. You know what I mean?
Talk, but he would have also kicked the ass of the NWO every week.
Yeah. See, I just think in that particular instance, Stone Cold was against Vince McMahon, and like that was better in that moment than than Sting, than him being
Sting
in
versus
spot.
Vince McMahon, man.
I mean, kind of, we did get it. And,
yeah, we kind of did.
With Triple H.
Last one I have that I think really could have been good, having Reigns and Rollins switch spots after the Shield broke up. So you would have had Rollins as the babyface and Reigns being aligned with the Authority as a heel. And if that would have happened, then we probably wouldn't have gotten the years of everybody hating Roman Reigns for quote-unquote being shoved down your throat. And
he was. Hickory dickory dock, let's not do this, here's my cock.
So he probably would have been great out of the gates if they let him be in that role.
Well, he's still not great, so I don't know how he'd be great out of the gates.
He is. He's the greatest in the world.
It was suffer and succotash, by the way.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Oh, by the way, he's not the greatest in the world. Drew McIntyre is better on his own show.
Oh, Drew McIntyre is awesome, too.
On a different show.
Different show, I'm sorry. I just meant WWE, but yeah.
I thought this was about current storyline.
I mean, it can work.
It can be whatever you want, dude.
So I did think of an all-time one, though, which I think switching The Rock and Stone Cold for WrestleMania 18 is obviously a very popular one. Because that's the one that we all really wanted for the match.
Yeah, although then The Rock would have been stuck facing fucking Scott Hall in a nothing match.
Yeah. But I think Stone Cold and Hogan was the real match everyone wanted. So if currently, though, for what I put here for answers, Randy Orton replacing Seth Rollins in the main event at Night 1 of WrestleMania 40, like, I just feel like Seth and Cody's a weird pairing, and Randy Orton and Cody, they have that legacy. And so Randy Orton either helping Cody or turning on Cody, I think would be more impactful. And such as Big Star in the main event of WrestleMania 40 would make sense. The other one, Chad Gable replacing Tony D'Angelo to face Dragunov at Stand and Deliver. Because I think that match would just be unbelievable.
Gable against Dragunov? I would cream my pants for that one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. Very sad for him. Very sad for him. That's a great email. Matt Bowers, a lot of emails lately.
So
every week.
I feel like he's carrying this division right now.
I agree. It's man.
It's a thin division, but he's carrying it. Okay, next.
Next email comes from Chad Gable, Bruce Pritchard. Subject is Ring Rust YouTube channel.
Oh, this one's me!
I subscribe to the Ring Rust Radio YouTube channel. I think we need a Boys Among Us night. I'm from Australia, and I will subscribe to whatever tier it is and wake up whatever time to slice Donnie on the game and lie about it to the group. It will be a fun time. What else would you guys ideally like to play on the channel? Mario Kart 64? GoldenEye? Yes and yes.
Yeah.
Slaps only?
Slaps only. Well, you could do fucking bazookas. So
slaps or bazookas only?
Slaps
yeah,
only is
Mike gets slaps, we get bazookas. Fair?
Yeah. Proximity.
I'm definitely not showing up.
So here's the deal. I just want to jump ahead of this so I can kind of explain to people what's going on. We've already recorded a shit ton of content. Dead by Daylight seems to be a very popular one. We will revisit that if that interests you. That's also cross-platform. That means I don't care if you got Steam, Xbox, or PlayStation, you can join us. Among Us is even better for that kind of stuff. Mike, you can get Among Us on your phone. Play on your phone.
It's also on your Switch, by the way.
And on your Switch, but you can play it on your phone if you really wanted to. All you guys would need, anyone at home who wants to play along, any console, anywhere, you just need our code, and you need Skype, because we talk during the process. And we have already done a bunch of these games. I think I'm set through June, but that does not mean we're stopping recording content, because I eventually would like to move content to the weekends. And I think what we're doing on Thursdays and Fridays would probably slip to Saturdays and Sundays, which means we can add more gaming shit in there if we needed to, more clips from the show, yada, yada, yada. So if you're into stuff, if you want to fuck around and you want to be part of this, if you want to sign up on Patreon for it, please reach out, because we are going to start adding tiers, adding exclusive content, which we talked about earlier. And yeah, so if you're into that kind of stuff, please reach out, ringrustradio@yahoo.com, please. Go ahead, BJ.
Did you answer the question at all?
I don't even know what it was. I was shamelessly promoting.
What kind of stuff would you want to stream?
I'm gonna jump in then.
Okay, great.
I think Mario Tennis and Mario Golf would be very fun.
I love Mario Golf.
I love Mario Golf too.
I believe they're on the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack, which has like Nintendo 64 games. I think those are on there.
If we could have a foursome.
Mario Golf is.
That's a very fun game.
At my last tournament,
called like Super Rush or something
for N64, we did a foursome, a series of foursomes. Right? No. Golf. Yes.
Yeah, so much fun.
And it was wonderful. It's just fun. Like it's like hitting the links and all the shit talking. It's wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Donnie and I did AEW Fight Forever last week. That was a lot of fun. The gameplay is very fun for that. I think racing games would be very fun, Donnie.
Yeah, but hold on real quick. Mike, how do you say Forza?
It's Forza.
I always said Forza, but
yeah,
I'm not.
It's Forza. It's not There's no T in there. There's absolutely never been a T in there.
Fucking moronic.
Okay. All I know is it's Super Mario.
It's Super Mario.
It's not.
So, Mike, who are you going to trust right now?
To me, it's Mario.
Well, on how to pronounce Forza or Forza, I would trust you.
Thank you.
Yeah, he is Italian as shit.
It's not even about that. But.
I mean, it is an Italian word, correct?
It is, yes.
Yeah, okay, that's all I need to know. Fucking wild-ass bitch.
You're an asshole.
DJ, thank you.
Idiot.
Mike, any games that you would like to see eventually us do?
I'll never see it, but, no, as I told you, at some point I'll do it, but I got too much shit going on.
I gotta tell you, when you're gonna end up doing it? Sunday morning. Or something like that during WrestleMania weekend. I'll put on fucking N64. We'll do one game and then we'll go to fucking get food.
First off, we have to do WWE Guess Who.
Yes.
And we could.
That is true. That was very fun.
Just fucking record it on a couch co-op game, and you could just record it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's definitely shit we could do. I just don't know how much time I want to spend playing games when you're in town because I want to be seeing the fucking world. But yeah, Sunday morning will be the only time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, listen, we can come back Friday night and play some games.
Yeah, it's true, too. I know people want to meet up with us. Eric Ball and a bunch of other people have been messaging me.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is ECW on that other Xbox that you have? Like Anarchy Rules? Remember those ECW
Those
PS
are
games?
some of the worst games
I know, but it would be very funny to fucking play them.
It's basically the same as Warzone.
It's like Warzone.
One of
I know. They're fucking horrendous games.
Yeah, I'm not going to waste my time doing that. I'm sorry.
You could be Amish Roadkill, though.
I don't care. We could literally record content that people would want to see, and you want to spend your time playing. I love ECW almost as much as anyone in this entire world, and I never want to play that game again.
Okay, shut the fuck
people
up.
Might want to see it, though.
WCW NWO Revenge on that console that you have?
I have an N64.
N64?
Yeah.
Yeah, but can you record it?
Probably not.
Exactly. That's why I'm asking about the Xbox console.
I know, but I don't have any. I don't know. I have to look. Let me look.
Good.
Why are you rushing me?
Because it's probably going to be on there, and that we could play. That would be a lot of fun. And we could play 3 Pleep, right? Oh, no, you can't.
Or which game?
This guy doesn't have any. What are you talking about? You're
For the
ruining
ECW game?
You're ruining the email section right now.
I'm not.
Your
no,
tangents. By the way, we're getting. I knew. We're done. Yeah, okay. So here's the deal. Thank you for your email, Chad. Please reach out to everybody if you like the gaming stuff that we're doing. Please watch all of our videos. Support them. It's more us. You want more us? You got us. Take every inch you can get. Because there's not many to choose from. But yes, I had something else and now I forget. Dang it. Getting new music. Everybody's been saying how they miss the end music, the outro music.
Linkin Park.
They will not be anything you know, but my friend is a musician. I've been talking to him and he is working us up.
Is his name Easy B?
No, it's Skylar. He's the guitarist for a band that I've had played with in the past, and still one of my best friends. And he is working us up a series of, outro songs. So we'll still have a choice of songs. They're just going to be a little more generic and less parody. You know what I mean? So, but we'll have something.
I just went on the Facebook page,
yes.
Ring Rust Radio fan group page, official and unofficial. The graphic that is up there for the Mark Madness seating special is amazing.
What's the graphic?
Yeah, what's the graphic?
It's like Donnie as like a commish and me fighting over a jersey, basically.
Yes,
and
it's a Kevin Cobb jersey.
And the bracket is in the background, like it was like a draft board.
I created that. I customized it. So first off, Ed Proud drew the thing out. That was my idea that I was going to have, and then Daniel Hayden showed me how to cut the little spots out, and then I chopped up the PDF file that you gave me. I screenshot it, chopped it up, and then put it in there. So now that graphic comes up.
Dude.
Right?
Awesome.
I'm good at I'm actually good at video editing and shit. I'm good at this.
Good job, Ed Proud.
Ed did a great job too, yeah. He was there.
So cool.
All right, we're out of here. God bless America. See you next week.